This is Module 2, Lesson 3. Please open up your math notebook and copy down the notes. The aim is how do we translate lines. Please open up your binder and turn to page S8 and complete exercise 1. Now pause the video so you can do exercise 1. Exercise 1 says, draw a line passing through point P that is parallel to line L. So let's use our ruler, and let's draw a line passing through point P that's parallel to L. Now draw a second line passing through point P that is parallel to line L, that is distinct or different from the first one. So let's draw another line parallel to this line through P. The only place we can put it is right here. So what you should notice then is that you can only draw one line through point P that is parallel to L. There's only one line that can go through P that's also parallel to L. We could draw other lines. We could draw lines. We could draw a line through P here. We could draw a line through P here, 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 here. But the only line that can go through P that is parallel to this line is one line. So please copy these notes. So given a line L and a point P that's not lying on L, like we just had, P was above it, there is at most one line passing through P and parallel to L. There can only be one line. Now please complete exercise 2 through 4 on pages S8 and 9. Stop the recording. Okay, so we're going to go over problem number 2. Translate line L along the vector AB. What do you notice about L and its image L prime? So let's do that now. Here's the vector, and this is line L. So we're going to translate line L along the vector, and we're going to create L prime. So what are we noticing? We should be noticing that L and L prime coincide, so L equals L prime. It's the same line. The next problem is line L is parallel to vector AB. Translate line L along vector AB. What do you notice about L and its image L prime? So again, we're going to create the image of L along vector AB. So again, we should notice that the two lines are the same. They coincide. They're right on top of each other. So L is equal to L prime. And the last question says, translate line L along the vector AB. What do you notice about L and its image L prime? So if we translate L along the vector is going up, from L up. So we want to translate L up. So we would follow this up and create a line up here at the end of vector AB, and this is L prime. So what we should notice is that L and L prime are parallel. So L is parallel to L prime. If you're not sure about any of this, go back and look at this again, and we will be discussing it tomorrow also. So now I would like you to complete exercise 5 and 6. So pause the video to work on exercises 5 and 6. So exercise 5 says, line L has been translated along vector AB, resulting in L prime. What do you know about lines L and L prime? Well, this looks just like the example we just did before. So what we should notice is that L is parallel to L prime. Question 6 says, translate L1 and L2 along vector DE. So we have two lines now, line L1 and L2. Translate them along vector DE. Here's vector DE, and it starts here, and it's heading up to the right for a certain amount of distance. So if lines L1 and L2 are parallel, what do you know about their translated images? And what we should notice, let's try it. Let's do the vector in red. And if you have your transparency, you should be able to draw a line on your transparency covering line 1. And then you should be able to slide it up in the direction of the vector. So I'm going to move it with my finger. I'm going to move it up and to the right. And I'm going to do the same thing for line 2, because that also gets moved along the vector. So I'm darkening it in the way you would on your transparency, and then we're moving that up and over. And what we should notice is what? Since L1 and L2 are parallel, then their images, L1 prime and L2 prime, are also parallel. So based on the previous exercises 2 through 6, we can say this, that there exists just one line parallel to a given line and through a given point. Another way to say that is, given a line L and a point P not lying on that line L, there is only one line that can pass through P and also be parallel to L. We also know that a translation